You've likely found yourself in a crowded room, surrounded by people, yet feeling utterly alone. Or perhaps you've been in a deep conversation with a friend, and in that moment, you felt a profound connection, but as soon as it ended, the sense of isolation crept back in. What I'm about to tell you changed everything for me, and I think it can for you too. It's about the beauty of being alone among others completely. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that happiness and fulfillment come from external sources, relationships, social media, work. But what happens when you're left with your own thoughts, and there's no distraction to be found? The ancient Greeks and Romans understood this concept deeply. For instance, the Stoics saw solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote about the importance of withdrawing into oneself, away from the chaos of the world. He believed that by embracing solitude, one could cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and wisdom. You might wonder, isn't solitude just a form of loneliness? Not necessarily. Loneliness implies a sense of disconnection, a longing for human connection that's not being met. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's a deliberate decision to step away from the world and focus inward. The Greek pre-Socratic philosopher Heraclitus said, "The way up and the way down are one and the same." This phrase speaks to the idea that our inner and outer worlds are intimately connected. When we're alone, we're forced to confront our own thoughts, desires, and fears. It's a journey that's both upward and downward, into the depths of our own psyche. As you reflect on your own experiences with solitude, ask yourself, what would you have done if you had a whole day to yourself, with no schedule, no appointments, and no distractions? Would you have used that time to recharge, or would you have felt anxious and restless? Perhaps you've had moments where you've been alone in a crowded room, surrounded by people, but feeling completely disconnected from them. Has this ever happened to you? The Stoics weren't the only ones who valued solitude. The Epicureans, for example, believed that one should seek to live a simple life, free from excessive desires and fears. They advocated for withdrawing from the world, not in a hermetic sense, but in a way that allowed one to focus on their own well-being and the pursuit of wisdom. Epicurus himself lived in a community of friends, but he also valued his alone time, using it to write, think, and reflect. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't friendship and social connection essential to human happiness? Absolutely. The ancient Greeks and Romans also understood the importance of community and friendship. Cicero, in his essays on friendship, wrote about the deep bonds that form between people who share similar values and interests. He believed that true friendship was essential to a happy life, as it provided a sense of belonging, support, and mutual growth. However, he also recognized that true friendship can only be cultivated when one has a strong sense of self, which can only be developed through solitude. As you consider your own relationships, I want you to pause for a moment. Think about the people in your life who you consider close friends. Are they people who encourage you to be your best self, or do they often drain your energy and make you feel depleted? Does this resonate with you, that having a strong sense of self is essential to forming meaningful relationships, or do you think differently? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from you. In modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the cult of busyness, where we're constantly connected to others through technology, social media, and work. We're often encouraged to be constantly available, responsive, and engaged. But what happens when we're always on, and we never take the time to withdraw into ourselves? We risk burning out, losing touch with our own thoughts and feelings, and becoming mere shadows of our former selves. The Cynics, a Hellenistic school of thought, believed that one should live in accordance with nature, rejecting the conventions of society. They saw solitude as a way to strip away the artificial layers of civilization and connect with one's own inner nature. Diogenes, the most famous cynic, lived in a ceramic jar, renouncing wealth and social status. He believed that by living simply and being self-sufficient, one could achieve a state of inner freedom and peace. As you navigate the demands of modern life, I encourage you to take a step back and re-evaluate your priorities. Remember what I am about to say. What are the things that truly bring you joy and fulfillment? Are they relationships, achievements, or material possessions? Or are they the quiet moments of solitude, where you can reflect, think, and recharge? Keep this with you. What are your non-negotiables when it comes to your alone time? The medieval Christian philosopher Augustine wrote extensively on the importance of solitude in his Confessions. He saw it as a way to connect with God, but also to explore one's own inner world. He believed that solitude was essential for spiritual growth, as it allowed one to confront their own sinfulness and limitations. Thomas Aquinas, too, valued solitude, seeing it as a means to cultivate contemplation and wisdom. In today's world, where anxiety and depression are on the rise, it's more important than ever to prioritize solitude. It's not about isolating ourselves from others, but about creating a sense of inner stability and peace. When we're alone, we're forced to confront our own thoughts, emotions, and desires. It's a journey that's not always easy, but it's one that's essential for growth and self-awareness. As you reflect on your own experiences with solitude and friendship, I want to challenge you to try something new. Take a day, or even just a few hours, to withdraw from the world. Turn off your phone, log out of social media, and spend time with yourself. Take a walk, journal, or simply sit in silence. What do you discover about yourself in those moments of solitude? Subscribe to continue this journey. New wisdom arrives every week, and you'd like to explore more ideas on cultivating a quiet mind, consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love to have you join our community of like-minded individuals who value introspection, self-awareness, and personal growth. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a final reflection. Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Perhaps it was the importance of solitude for self-growth, or the value of true friendship in our lives. Let me know below. I read every single one. And as you go about your day, I encourage you to find a balance between solitude and social connection. Remember that it's okay to be alone among others completely. In fact, it's more than okay, it's essential.